It's What Have We Learned at Edinburgh Fringe 2022. Hannah, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you so much for chatting to me today.
That's right. Firstly, I must thank you for an incredible show.
You're most welcome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, honestly. It's so lovely to hear when people have had a good time.
And the show is coming out of my cage. I've been doing just fine, brackets, which is on at Underbelly in the... Is it IronBelly?
Yes, in Cowgate.
In Cowgate at 9:40 at the Edinburgh Fringe 2022. If you want to go see it. I saw online today, at the time of recording, Thursday the 11th of August, some shows are starting to sell out.
They are. They're looking like they're selling out. We've got a few press releases that are held back. So often if you are looking for tickets, more get released on the day.
Yep.
So keep trying because they will become available.
And for those who are curious, what is it about?
So coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine, it's sort of an interactive investigation into why Mr Brightside has not left the UK charts since its release in 2003. So, a strong 18 years it's spent consistently returning to the charts. And it's our kind of like ode to that, really, an ode to the power of music to create community and legacy.
And how was last night's show?
Last night's show was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A very willing audience to party with us at the end,
nice.
Which is always fun.
For a Wednesday night as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're learning quite fast that days don't seem to matter at Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah. How would you describe it with 3 words?
The show?
Yeah.
A comedy cabaret with karaoke.
Yeah, no, comedy cabaret karaoke.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'll take that. Now, normally it's not yourself. It's also Tim as well, who's not here.
Yes, he's not here right now.
How do you two know each other?
We went to uni together.
Okay.
Along with the dramaturg and the director, Alex and Adam as well. We all went to uni together.
Is this your first Fringe?
This is my first Fringe.
Yeah.
Tim has done the Fringe a couple of times before. So has Alex. It's Adam's first Fringe as well. So we're kind of a 50-50 on the first Fringe situation.
And what were your expectations before you came here? And what's the reality now like?
We were not expecting this.
Oh, okay.
I think I'd been sort of really emotionally prepped for very small audiences, at least to begin with. We were kind of hoping, we obviously believe in the show, and we were really hoping that by the end of the run, we would be selling out. That was kind of where we were setting our goals, and we thought that was achievable. We did not expect to be selling out audiences in week 1.
Yeah.
That's really, we've been blown away by the reception we've received, and it's been really beautiful.
And what kind of audiences are you getting? What's the kind of the demographic of people?
This has really surprised us, actually, because when we were sort of pitching the show, we kind of said, 18 to 35 is probably our demographic. But what we've learned coming here is that actually it's a lot more universal across generations than we expected. And it's been interesting speaking to different generations after the show, where people of all different ages have said, I really feel like this is my generation's song. But every generation seems to feel like it's their song.
Yeah.
So that's been really nice to find that actually we're hitting an older demographic that we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Which for us is really important because we've always said one of Shepardtone's taglines is that we make experimental theatre that your mum can still enjoy.
Okay.
And we don't want to make anything that pushes theatre too far, that if you're not, if you don't have a theatre degree, you can't intellectually engage. We want to make theatre for everyone. So it's been really nice to see that, older audiences have been engaging and enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think they have a connection with the Killers as well, so it's nice.
I think you have to be a certain person to really truly hate the Killers. I think people go, they're all right, or they absolutely love them.
I think, interestingly, people do really hate the song. Some of them. I spoke to some people last night who'd come to the show, but they told me that we hate the song. We can't stand it. We've heard it way too many times.
Yeah.
But they still really enjoyed the show. So that was a really interesting experience for us to chat to them and find out the other draws of the show.
Yeah.
Even though we feel the song is the main pull, but actually there's a lot more in there once you get down to it.
A review I posted of it was, it isn't just, I've described it as like a deep dive into the song, like a deep dive investigation into the song, but it's also There's karaoke, there's parodies, there's fruit.
There is fruit.
I've got a question about that. It won't spoil your enjoyment if you do go to see it at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'll ask it now. There's a scene, there's a moment in the show where a member of the audience will throw a piece of fruit. Why? Go see it. You'll find out. And it can be thrown at any time during the show. How badly has that gone? How good has that gone?
Oh, it's honestly one of the funnest moments of the show for Tim and I, just because it's the bit that we have completely no control over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's ever gone badly, because almost the worse it goes, the funnier it is.
Yeah.
So there's been a whole range of times. Tim did get hit in a rather sensitive area once, which was maybe my favourite show that we've ever done. It was incredible, and it goes down in history for us as a really incredible apple throw.
And it isn't just an investigation, it's obviously a musical comedy show as well, if you will. Yourself and Tim are very musical in the actual show. In terms of the type of instruments you bring out. It's impressive. Like, you do it once, like, oh, cool. You do it twice, like, oh, okay, they got talent, they got skills. I think it happens, 3 or 4 times it happens, I think?
3 times, I think. It used to be 4, but we couldn't carry that many things to Edinburgh.
What was the 4th one going to be?
We had a guitar and a keyboard combo that we decided the guitar was too heavy to carry, basically.
The 4th thing you do as an alternative is it much better? It is, yes, it's better, because you're expecting one thing, but something else happens.
Nice.
I'm not going to say
we'll leave that ambiguous.
Yeah, because if you want to know what I'm talking about, go see the show, because that's what you got to do. When do you think the actual show kind of clicked? Like, we've got something here.
I think it was just before, because we opened the show at Vault Festival in 2020, and the run up to that was a lot of us desperately scrambling to kind of pull it together. We changed the show dramatically about a week before, when we went to a small village in the north, because we did that a week before the show started. I don't want to give too much away, but we went on a little road trip that changed our lives, and very much changed the course of the show. And I think that really ended up giving us a through line that before we had a lot of ideas, and we had like real connections with the Irish pub and the bar there. We had connections with this idea of us creating memes surrounding the song and deep diving into its history, but we didn't have like the through line narrative that I think really gels the show together now.
Yeah.
And that kind of all clicked shortly after we'd been up north.
And so tell us more about Shepardtone.
Well, Shepardtone formed back in 2018, I want to say. I'll get told if I've got this wrong. Alex and Tim were kind of the founding members. They brought a show up into Edinburgh in 2018 called An Abundance of Tims, which some people may have seen at Greenside venues. That sort of came out of them going to uni together, and with the creation of this show, they wanted to expand it a little bit more. We're just here to kind of make, like I said earlier, experimental theatre that your mum can still enjoy.
Yeah.
We're also a really open company. All of our rehearsals, we kind of let people know that they're open for anyone to come and join us. We have all of our processes, our applications, both failed and successful, for festivals and whatnot, are all on our website, available for anyone to see, because we just kind of wanted to post things that we would have found really helpful when we were first starting out.
Yep.
That's a little bit about us. So this is our main show that we've kind of got in the works at the moment, but we've also got another show that's it's kind of an escape game style climate change show that's very, very different to this one, called Your Progress Will Be Saved, which is... Yeah, it's really cool, actually. It's got like a really unique form, because the idea of it is that whatever you do as an audience member will directly affect the next audience.
Wow. Okay, cool.
That's the idea. It's very, very early stages at the moment. We work in progress it at Camden People's Theatre back in February, April, at some point this year, months.
And the show itself, it's very energetic. You're very much in with the crowd a lot of the show. But how are you holding up? Because like Fringe flu is starting to take hold.
Oh goodness! Don't tell me that.
And some people are starting to kind of go, my voice is starting to go. It's 1 week in, a lot of late nights, not got great food. How are you holding up now, like 1 week in or so?
I think we're all pacing ourselves quite well. I think my voice sounds a bit husky today, but my voice goes quite easily. So I'm just hoping I can maintain it for the rest of the run.
Yeah.
I get overexcited in the show, and I just have to remind myself not to shout.
This is an odd techie question. This is more for me, more than anything else. So if you're listening now, skip forward a few minutes if you like. There's a moment where the chapters are revealed, and there's what is called like a sting, but it's like the guitar from the song. What is that? Is that the song slowed down? I'm fascinated.
It's Alex made that. It's he's basically taken a section of the song, all of the
breakdown bits, kind of with no singing and stuff.
Pretty much every bit of sort of sound effecty music.
Yeah.
That we've used, like in those moments, is the song just really distorted.
Yeah.
I don't know quite how. I'm not that techie,
that's fine,
but
that's fine.
It is the song but distorted.
Yeah, I mean, as a sound design kind of guy as well, I like those kind of like the effort that's been put into just that little bit, because like here's the next chapter, and it's almost like it's been stretched. A section from the song has been stretched. It's almost but you can still hear the song.
It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah, and I kind of that makes sense now. That's quite cool. That's quite clever. So that was a question purely for me.
Oh, I know Alex will be very pleased that you've noticed it. It's hard work.
Approved. So coming out my cage, I've been doing just fine. Underbelly, IronBelly that's the one down on Cowgate. I know there's a few other Underbellies dotted around. So it's the one down on Cowgate. It's at 9:40. So I've done a little plug for your show. What other shows would you recommend?
Oh my goodness. What a platform. Just some really cool stuff. Like, I don't know them, but Goddo is a Woman I saw the other day, and that was really cool. By Silent Faces. I don't know how much longer it's on for, but there's actually a free Fringe show that one of a close friend of ours is in. It's called The Rapture. It's a improvised hip-hop show about the end of the world. And it's by Track 96 Improv. They're really cool. They're good friends of ours. One of them is. And she's great. So catch her if you can. It's at Abandonman, I think.
That sounds like a venue.
Yeah. At 4 o'clock, I want to say. I should have researched this.
That's fine. Just you, listener, just look it up. And it's what the show's
Google
called?
Exists. Rapture. Track 96 Improv.
There you go.
Also, if you're looking for some straight theatre, I saw Fiji the other day at Pleasance Courtyard, and that was mental.
So what do you think? What will be next for you guys in the show, do you think?
For us, we'd love to tour this show. That would be sick if we could put a tour together and kind of ride off whatever sort of press we can get out of Edinburgh to take us on a tour around the country. But we've got our other show that we want to develop more over the next few years, depending on funding and what we can get. A lot of things are funding dependent, but taking this show on a tour would be very lovely.
Hannah, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Fringe.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to meet you.